Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Monday and it is a year ago this week that my wonderful mods did a mandala takeover of my channel. And during that time, after they took over my channel and I finally got it back, I destroyed a mandala that was worked on by Alex that was on my desk. Now, we're going to take a moment here and we're going to give a little bit of respect to the mandala. We're going to enjoy the mandala. We're going to mourn its loss with a moment of silence. And then we're going to quietly color a mandala with a medium that is not my favorite, because it's not my favorite thing to do to color a mandala. I did color this one just so that I could see if I could do it without, bursting into tears myself. Um, but give us a moment. Let us have a moment of silence for the loss of the mandala 1 year ago this week in the Mandala Monday takeover. Mandala Monday will never happen again. There shall never be a takeover again. So I just wanted to let you guys enjoy the one and only time that you will ever see me color a mandala on stream. All right, we're going to enjoy a moment of silence. All right, well, that was enough of that moment of silence. All right, so let's color these mandala. This one here, I'm going to zoom you in so that you can see better of what I'm doing and how horrible this is going to be. Um, just saying. And I'm gonna get rid of that. All right, there we go. So we're going to be using the Indra Creative water-based brush markers for the mandala. And hopefully this mandala will not end up with a demise of the previous one, but you never know. It all depends. I am going to have to turn this as I go just so that I can get the lines straight. Now, mandalas are supposed to be a relaxing thing. They are a normal meditation thing in the Indie culture as well as the Asian cultures. I don't find them extremely relaxing at all. I find them quite stressful because I get bored. I just get bored. And it's not that they're not pretty, and it's not that I can't make them pretty. I can. And that's why I have printed this smaller than normal, because the smaller ones, the ones that I can print to a smaller scale, do get finished a lot more often than ones in a larger scale, because I have the ability to stay focused on it. It doesn't get me as irritable as a larger one. But this is our memorial, our remembrance of the poor Mandala that endured the wrath of the stream host when she retained her channel. Alex was laughing hysterically, but a lot of people did mourn the loss of the Mandala. So this memorial is for those of you that mourn the loss of the Mandala um, during the Mandala takeover. I will respect the Mandala momentarily and give you just a small bit of a time and a place to mourn the loss on the anniversary of the death of the Mandala. I did tear it to little tiny pieces and it could not be reassembled. And to those wonderful mods of mine that actually performed the task of taking over my channel and coloring mandalas on it, I say to you, never ever again. Just saying. To those of you mods that were not involved, thank you for being respectful to the channel and the lack of wanting to do mandalas. And like I said, it's not that I don't like mandalas. I just don't enjoy coloring them. But I will, just for prosperity and respect to the mandala that was very massively deconstructed um, via my own hands. This is my repentance for that. And I'm going to do this area here too. If I go quiet, I apologize. Some of these areas are little tiny because I've printed it really small. And I want to be able to, actually make it pretty. I know. I promise I am not going to be tearing up this mandala. I might send it to a mandala enthusiast, but I will not be tearing up this mandala. And I am trying to get it done fairly quickly so that you're not sitting here watching me color a mandala all day. Then we're going to come in here with this dark red as well. But I figured it was fitting to color my least favorite type of picture with my least favorite medium. I'm not a fan of the water-based brush markers because I do find that they streak when doing large areas of things. And I don't like streakiness. These ones are actually very, very, very nice pens. They do have a lot of color, and they do have a lot of the ink in them. So they do bend a little bit when you're using them. So you just gotta be careful of that. It has a fine nib as well, but which we will probably use on other areas. I do intend on using some glitter gel pen here as well, but I'm just doing the larger areas first, and then we'll come in with the gel pen. Now, of course, this evening is our Monday live stream, which we will still be doing, and there will be no mention of mandalas, hopefully, as we color a music box instead. We are still working on Monya March. This is the last page that will be done for Monya March, which is the music box. I do have a couple of things that I want to try, and hopefully it will work out. I will not be, I don't think I'll be streaming on Saturday, um, since Sunday is a holiday and people have different things that they are obligated to do before the holidays. So, but we'll see. I'm not positive on that yet. All right. Almost done with this darker red. Okay, so there's the first color. Oh, there we go. Sorry. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit because me turning the page is keeping it off screen. So I'll zoom it out just a little bit so that I don't go completely off screen on you. Now we're going to go with a lighter red. I really don't have anything to talk about. My internet went out Saturday afternoon and was out until late last night. It never came back on until last night, which was not fun. I did try to convince the boys to take the time without the internet to clean their rooms. Oh, that's not good. I just made a mess. Oh well. Yeah, that was not received well. And it did not happen. I couldn't even listen to my book because it's on the internet. I have been listening to an audiobook by Selena Finette off of her YouTube channel. So I have been listening to Memories Wake, which is a trilogy. She has these all on her YouTube channel. So if you want to listen to them, I would suggest going over there. But otherwise, I really don't have a whole lot to talk about, which does not make this a very good color in chat. But let's talk about mandalas. Oh, let's not. And as you can probably tell, the zenness of coloring the mandala is lost on me. It is definitely not one that I would find enjoyable to watch. All right, so there's that red in there. Now we're going to come in through here. If you guys are horribly bored, I apologize. But this is what it's like to do a mandala. It's quiet reflection coloring the same thing multiple times with the same colors to make them all match continuously. All right. Oh, I got two more. Here, I thought that was done. All right, that's it. I'm done now. All right, and then we're going to go to an orange red. And we're going to color this area. Like so. this area. Oh, I guess I gotta keep on going, don't I? See, and this is why I don't color mandalas. I do a couple of the areas and I go, okay, well, I'm bored with that. And I want to move on to another area. Then I look and like half the mandala is not done. It's like, okay, well, that didn't work. They are pretty though. All right, now we'll come in here and do this area. So this will give you guys proof that I do know how to color a mandala. I'm just, it's not even that I'm not fond of coloring them. I just end up not coloring them completely. Like I said, I end up getting done with a color and go to move on, and I've still got 6 more of those things to color. And I don't find them something that I don't know. I'm just not fond of them. It's not even anything to do with the mandala itself. I'm just not, I just don't enjoy coloring them. I have a tendency to want to color them in a dimensional space, and they just don't have that dimensional space. So coloring them with a water-based marker or a gel pen, that sort of thing, does make it a lot more enjoyable than doing it with colored pencils. Doing it on a small scale also makes it a lot more doable for me, and choosing mandalas that are very simple um, also makes them a lot easier for me to do. Like this one here is very pretty, but it's very simple, and which makes me being able to do them a lot more likely for me to finish. All right, now we're going to go to orange. And we're going to actually color in this whole area. And I really don't like coloring in large areas with these pens because they do tend to streak. And if you go over them too many times to get rid of that streak, the paper starts to pill up, which is no fun. And yes, I'm going over the dots. I will be going back with a gel pen. However, going over them is picking up some of the ink, so I will try to avoid them if I can, but it's just easier to go over them. They're so small. when going over the ink, try not to scrub too much. The more you press on the pen, the more ink comes out, which will make that printer ink bleed a little more. So try not to put too much pressure on the pen. And come this way. So for those of you out there that was not around last year, the reason for the Mandala um, Memorial is last year, as a practical joke for April Fool's Day, uh, my mods um, took over my channel and colored mandalas. Now, I was in on the joke. It was not, you know, they did not strong arm me, although we made it look like they did. Um, and it was pre-planned. No, nobody got hurt um, during the filming or the live streams. The only thing that did get damaged was a mandala, and the person that colored that mandala did find that extremely hilarious. Now, if you want to watch this fiasco and all of the shenanigans um, after the Mandala Monday madness, um, you can take a look at that on the channel. It is recorded. Um, they were live streams, so you will have to look in under the live streams for that. But it was a year ago, and that is why I decided that it would be appropriate to do a mandala memorial for the one lost mandala. There are some people that mourn the loss of that mandala, and I want to give them the venue to mourn that loss, you know, on the anniversary of the loss of the mandala. Like I said, there are some people that were really upset that the mandala was destroyed, and the amount of work that poor Alex put into it. I think I lost a few subscribers, just saying. However, it was an April Fool's Day joke. It was in good fun. It was not meant to harm anyone. Although the week after, I did go through and continue the ruse and continue the shenanigans until April Fool's Day, letting you all believe that they were sorely punished for their shenanigans. Again, like I said, this is not something that is going to happen anytime soon or ever again in the future. Um, Especially now that Alex is moving away from Oregon and I don't have anybody to show up on my doorstep and take over my channel. The only good thing about Alex and moving. And as you can see, this is, you know, like pulling teeth. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And the reason why I don't enjoy these pens, as you can probably see in the larger areas of the mandala, the it streaks a little bit when you're coloring with it. No matter how much you try to cover as quickly as possible, you still get little streaky areas, which is fine for a mandala. It's fine for doing small areas and for doing special things, you know. But when you're coloring a large area in a scene, it can be very, um, like if you're coloring the sky and that sort of thing, you don't want those streaks in there. It's one of the reasons why I prefer alcohol markers. They blend a little bit better to get rid of those streaks. Now I'm using this the same way I would an alcohol marker, going over a little bit of the edge, trying to get that to blend in. The one thing with these types of pens is that if you go over it too many times, it's going to pill your paper. So you have to be quick and try not to go over the same area too many times, otherwise you're going to end up with some paper issues. And even though it is a mandala and it's not one of my favorite things to color, I do have a tendency to want everything I color to be the best it can be. Even my scribble therapy ends up being pretty. Because I just don't, I just, everything's neat and tidy and constructed. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to go into, what area was I going to go into with this orange? These areas here. And as you can probably tell, there's a bit of a theme of red to orange to yellow. So there's going to be a progression. So we've done the red, we've done the orange. The last color that we're going to use is a yellow. And we'll do two different yellows. And then we'll go into gel pen. Like I said, I will try to get this done as quickly as I can. Because, I thought about rushing it and, then I see that it's not my best work and I go, yeah, no, slow down. But this is, again, it's just a quick, well, not really quick, but a small memorial to mourn the loss of our beloved mandala that was created on the Mandala takeover and destroyed on the Mandala takeover. Miss Alex colored the mandala. I did destroy it. And other than almost stepping on the dog, there was no harm done to Alex. All right, got one more. right, now we're going to do our yellow. This is a lighter orangey yellow, so a dark yellow. Try to make sure I stay on screen. It does seem that this is bringing more of that black ink out of the print than I wanted. But that's what happens with water-based inks. They tend to lift each other up. Alright, now I also want to come in through here. Like so. And then we're going to use our yellow. Using the darker yellow for this area here. And then we'll use a brighter yellow for inside the star. And then we will do the frilly bits on the outside with a little bit of gel pen and a little bit of white paint pen. Alright, now we're going to use the lightest one for this area in the center. Then we'll let it dry for just a second while I pull some glitter gel pens out. And I'm just going to use one color. I'm just going to use a yellow glitter pen for all of the other areas. Now I'm going to try to grab the one that's the brightest yellow so that it stands out and it separates those oranges um, very nicely, those oranges and reds, without losing that brightness. All right, let's let that dry for a couple of seconds here while we take a look at our chart. So I want glimmer sulfur yellow, I think is the one I want. Yeah. So let's see if that one's in here. That's golden yellow. Sulfur yellow. And I want the brightest yellow available so that when we come through, it will stand out. Against the reds. So Jen, this one of course is for you, for the loss of the beloved mandala. Um, I know you have mourned its loss for a year now, so I know that you're ready to finish the mourning and celebrate the loss of the mandala and know that it is in a better place. Alex was actually a very good sport at the loss of her mandala. Other people were not. So that is why we are here today, to mourn its loss and to give it tribute and honor in our coloring journey. All right. I don't know about all of you, but I'm starting to fall asleep here. They are very relaxing. I suppose that's what you can call them. Trying to stay on camera. And not put my hand in the gel pen too much. almost done with the outer border here. And then we'll do the inner border. And then I've got some white paint pen that we're going to do the dots on the inside of the orange. And then we will be all done with our memorial mandala. Again, we will be working on the Monya piece tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So if you enjoyed the stream on Saturday, please join me tonight as we actually get into coloring the music box. I finished up the other flowers, so. Oh, and I completely missed two of those. See what I mean? I get bored and move on. It's terrible. Alright, so we're almost done here. Then we'll take some white paint pen and we'll do the dots around the outside and get those filled in. And then this mandala for the Mandala Memorial will be complete. I will zoom out so you can see the whole thing next to the other one I did. And then, yeah. I hope this has been a good time for all of you who were involved or saw the mandala takeover last year and mourned the loss of the mandala that I tore up. I hope this has given you a venue, a wonderful place to hang out and listen and grieve as you would any other object that you may have lost. I'm going to come in through here as well. And we're just going to put the yellow in the center. And get that glitter in there as well. Alright, now we're going to take white gel pen. we're going to turn so that I don't stick my hand in it. Like so. I do not suggest doing mandalas with colored pencils unless you have a lot of time and enjoy the tedious and monotonous um, there we go, repetition. And there we have our mandala. And if you want, I can turn on the light. Let's see if we can get some of that glitter showing. There we go. And it's got glitter. All right, guys. So with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for joining me. Excuse me. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And I hope you have enjoyed this Mandala Memorial. Again, this is to mourn the loss of a wonderful mandala that was created last year. This is the 1 year anniversary of the Mandala Monday takeover, the Mandala Mutiny from the mods. Um, Again, this will hopefully give you a place of solace, a place where you can mourn and enjoy the one and only mandala that I will ever color on the channel. All right, guys, with that, thank you all very much for watching. Of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye for now.